Here we're going to go over an example of a combination. A combination is different than a permutation because the order does not matter. So here it says a soccer team has 20 players. There are 11 players on the field. How many different groups of players can be on the field at any one time? When I say order doesn't matter, if you think of the coach having a list of all the 11 players that are on the field at one time, if you change the order of a couple of names, that doesn't change the fact that these are the 11 players on the field. The order does not matter. So we're going to use this formula here on the left. So first we need to figure out N, which is the number of choices, the number of people you're choosing from, and there's 20. And R is the number of events, the number of spots, I like to think of it as. And there's 11 players, 11 spots that we need to fill. So let's rewrite this formula, but substitute in 20 and 11. Now, this is going to be, we're going to be dealing with some big numbers in this problem. I'm going to start to show you how you could do this by hand and just give you a general idea of how these work. But then I'm going to show you how to do this on a calculator using the Desmos calculator. So first, I like to simplify this 20 minus 11. I'm just going to change that to a 9. And now let's expand these factorials. That's what this exclamation point means. It's factorial, 20 factorial, 11 factorial, 9 factorial. So what is 20 factorial? This is saying that you are counting down from 20 to 1 and you are multiplying those numbers together. And the same with the 11 and the 9 in the denominator. Now, like I said, we're dealing with some pretty big numbers just to enter this into our regular calculator. But before you were to do that, you could always cancel some numbers out. If you see a number that's in the numerator, that's also in the denominator, this is saying 11 divided by 11, which is 1. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So there's a lot of these that we can just cancel out and simplify it a little bit more. And after you've done that, then you go through and you multiply all the numbers that are in our numerator and multiply all the numbers that are left in our denominator, and you divide. But at this point, I'm going to show you how to put this into your calculator and get the answer without going through these extensive steps. We can just take this right here. Remember, the N is 20 and the R is 11. If you go to Desmos.com, this is what you'll see. First, you want to click on Graphing Calculator there. And we're not going to graph, we're just going to use the calculator portion here. In the bottom left, you can click to show the keypad. And you don't see the combinations notation button anywhere here, but if you go to functions, this is where all the other buttons are. Now there's these trig buttons, and we want to be on the stats tab. So go to stats for statistics, and you'll see the button right here. It has an N, a C, and an R. So click that, and it's just prompting us to tell it what N and R are. So I'm going to put a 20 for N, a comma, and then an 11 for R. And we will see that there are 167,960 combinations of 11-person teams we can make out of our soccer team of 20 people.